What's up, guys?
Dan's over here hard at work building the notes application, and I've got something here set up to show you guys. Right here on this table are all the components involved in making a RAD terminal. We've spoken a lot about abstract stuff like how this system could possibly be used. I just wanted to break it down real simple. The RAD terminal is a computer. We're going to be using a Raspberry Pi. This is a store-bought cable, but this is a homemade cable to interface the computer here to any number of radios. We've got some different cables here and power cords, and I mean these are things that a guy who's home building this stuff would use to make this. We're steadily upgrading components. This is a sound card that will work on the Raspberry Pi. Is going to remove a bunch of these cables. So let's take a look at the radios. Any radio, I don't care, as long as it has SSB. Focus, there we go. Single sideband. The Bearcat 980 SSB CB radio by far is the cheapest sideband radio that I know about. This is an 11 meter radio. It has channels 1 through 40. This will work. This is, I believe, 5 watts of power that comes out of the antenna. Send your signal. You can do a lot with 5 watts. Not everything, though. The next radio, this is a President Lincoln 2 Plus. This is a 10, 11, 12 meter radio, meaning that there's 2 ham data channels, plus the third that we're operating on. Great radio, way more power than the President. I believe this is 30 watts of power. 30 watts of power out of this radio. 160, maybe 170. This is like closer to 300, 260, 280, something like that. Note, all these radios are getting hard to find. They're getting harder to find. We're working with a sense of urgency. This is the Yaesu FT891. This is the full big boy, like real radio here. Out of all three, these are like, this is a beginner ham radio. This is a CB, Citizens Band, cheap radio, cheap. This is the highest quality components available. Yaesu is a great brand, great radio. This works. 6 meter. 10 meter, 11, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30. I mean, it works all bands. So it gives you very many choices as far as frequencies to use. Our introductory offer standard includes the Yaesu FT891. We can work with any of these radios and others. If you already have a radio, we can help you cobble together over the phone the parts you need to interface the computer with the radio. The Raspberry Pi sits here. The cables will connect, and you'll never mess with these cables. They'll be permanently affixed to the radio inside the dust-proof, waterproof ammo can. Also, it is supposedly protected from EMP that way. So stash the case under the bed until you need it, or set it up. Have the station running, off a power supply like this, battery like this, all 3 of these radios, and the computer will work off a 12-volt system. So this is the RAD terminal. Notes will complete the other side. Dan's going to do a little video on that coming up. But this is the hardware involved in making the RAD terminal happen. Oh, I didn't mention the antenna, not pictured, or the coax, but that's another video. That's a whole nother subject.